Yeah, I mean, the furthest I'd gone before this band was Guernsey, so I was not well travelled. So that was a big shock when we started touring everywhere, and sort of realising. For me, it was interesting because we were playing with bands that sounded, similar on many levels to us, but we'd be 8,000 miles away, and I'd be like, it was, everything that I'd sort of grown up beginning to believe on the local scale, that unity's important, we're basically all the same, was started to be confirmed and corroborated by our touring life, and that's just on a small sort of musical scene scale. But then that broadened as we toured more, met more people from all sorts of walks of life, got the occasional day off here and there to speak to people outside of music and everything, and it began to just reinforce really those early ideas about the world.
What place did you visit that surprised you the most? And surprise could mean anything, like how good the food is, but like, is there one place you look back on and you go, that really, like, you felt a real gear change in your way of thinking, perhaps? Or
I guess the immediate one that springs to mind, the obvious one, would be Japan, just because that was like a slap in the face just to how different things could be, at least on the surface.
Right. I've always wanted to go to Japan. Like, yeah. And where in Japan did you? You went to a few places, didn't you, in Japan?
Yeah. Well, the first few years it was just Tokyo, maybe Osaka. We've been very lucky the recent years to do with a few more sort of larger tours with Cross Faith, for instance, good friends of ours, Japanese band. And yeah, we got to go to Nagoya and right down to the south of the island and explore a lot more of it, which was incredible. But I think just that initial culture shock of going somewhere and not seeing anything written in English, and you're like,
you're right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, it's really disorientating. But there's many positives about Japan and many negatives, I think, socially. But when you go there, the first few years, for me, it was like a kind of paradise. It was a utopia, and everyone was so kind, so helpful. There's like no street crime. So as a tourist, you walk around and just think, this is amazing. It doesn't matter if you get lost, like, which you will do because there's nowhere in English.
Yeah.
And the people don't speak great English as well. But it kind of doesn't matter because if night falls, you're not going to get stabbed. you're not going to get mugged. Like, it's incredible. But then you start, the more we've gone, you go under the surface, and there's the very, very sexist, and all these other sort of things about it. But yeah, it's just amazing to see how different a place can be. I think Japan hit me as well then, but I took a lot away from it.